Okay. Good morning, good evening, good whatever. Whenever you're listening to this. Um yeah. Okay, like this is a quick little short one. It's not like the long podcast, but because I just have to talk about one particular topic that's just eating me up. I've been thinking about it. I've had the whole week to think about it, and it is the topic that everyone's talking about, pretty much the whole world. Well, not really the whole world. I mean, people have other things to think about. Let's not forget that. There's a lot going on, but this is like, I mean, the topic that was everywhere, and that, of course, is the Chris Rock Will Smith thing. Now, if you were to ask me on which side do I stand on this, obviously I'd have to go Chris Rock, because a little bit of background on me. I love stand-up comedy. I love the medium. It's like one of my favorite things to watch. I've watched it ever since I was in primary school. I used to watch stand-up comedy. I love it even until now. And Chris Rock is one of my favorite. If I were to list, he would be my number two favorite stand-up comedian. That being said, um, you know, it says a lot about the world we live in when somebody can, I'm sorry about that, when somebody can just do that and feel like they have zero repercussions. you know this issue is so multifaceted. It's absolutely not one thing, and that's why it's being talked about so much. Not so much that it's two famous people, two extremely famous people, but the issues that come up with what happened, because there's a lot to unpack. First of all, I want to talk about the people who say that that simplified down to it was a man protecting his wife who was in pain. That's a line a lot of people have been using. It was a man protecting his wife who he saw was in pain. And I don't think that it's as simple as that, because of course, yes, Will Smith did laugh at the joke at first. You can clearly see he laughed. It wasn't like a belly laugh, but he laughed because, coming from a background of comedy, if you've ever watched The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you can see how many jokes Will cracks at the expense of Uncle Phil, Carlton. He knows a joke. So what changed his mind, those people say, was when he saw Jada didn't like the joke. But I say to you, when Will was going to sit down after he slapped Chris Rock said, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me, and she laughed. So the pain just went away like that, huh? Okay. But I'm not there. I'm not there. This brings up an issue of, besides a man defending his wife, as you say, this brings up an issue to me of somebody thinking, if I don't like something that was said, then I can use violence to counter that thing or to react to that thing. That's how I see it. If I don't like something that was said, that means I can use violence, because there's so many people who could have heard that joke and been in that situation and taken it a different way. You understand? Like, if maybe if I was in that situation and you told me that joke, I would have laughed too. Like, if I had it, I'm not trying to put myself in her shoes, because that's like impossible. But the the point is, if you don't like something that's said, do you now have the right to physically assault someone? Can we look at that? Especially if you're where I'm from in South Africa, and we have such a huge problem with gender-based violence and women being assaulted and beaten so much. you know does that say now, if a man wants to protect his manliness, just like Will try to protect his wife, it was a manly act, right? As some might say. It was a manly act to protect your wife. So now, if I'm in a situation where a female, first of all, I don't condone GBV. I'm an absolute advocate against it. I hate it. But my point is, if I'm in a situation where somebody says something that is offensive to me as a man, do I now have the right to smack him? If it's another man or another woman, do I have the right to smack him? Especially if it's another woman, do I now have the right to smack you? You know who's got the hardest job tonight? His wife, Javier Bardem and his wife are both if somebody nominated. Says something I don't now, if she loses, I have the right to smack he can't win. It is absolutely he is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. There are so many more smarter ways to resolve. Jada, I love you. And G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right. Often that was a nice one. Okay. There are so many other ways. I'm out here. Richard. Wow. Protection emotionally. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. How about we stop beating her? Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke. G.I. Jane のジョークだったんです。I'm going to, okay? Absolutely agree with it. And okay. I have to commend my guy Chris. That was because greatest night in the history of television. Okay. So we are here to give a documentary out. To give. If you don't know Jada, Mike Tyson, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, Mike can't wait to see it. The guy called Evander Holyfield. Now, Evander Holyfield was a good guy. He's generally a good guy. He's a pastor. That was a nice Tyson one. Okay. Is Mike Tyson. I'm out here. Richard. This guy, Mike Tyson. I want to say this guy, Mike Tyson. Wow. When he bit Evander Holyfield's ear during the fight they were having, he literally bit the man's ear during the fight. When Mike was frustrated, he said in the interview, Mike Tyson said like he was frustrated. It was a G.I. Jane joke. He was just beating him. It was just too good for him on the match. He was frustrated and his emotions took over. He did something effed up and he bit the guy. You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Like Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. I wanted to just now, do something back to him. Loses, I wanted to bite him back. I wanted to just uppercut him and but he is praying that I had to keep my composure. Like, I had to uphold myself because what would it look like if you have two of the biggest boxers in the world out here fighting each other and doing effed up stuff to each other? One of the biggest boxing matches at that time was the biggest boxing match of all time, probably. I'm out here. And what would it look like if two of the biggest athletes in the world? Wow! Wow! To have that thought of mine in such a tough. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Absolutely. Which is something that Chris Rock actually had a touch of class. Wow, dude! It was a G.I. Jane joke. G.I. Jane のジョークだったんです。I'm going to, okay? Chris Rock says, I could have. Okay. He holds back, shows restraint, and tries to. That was a greatest night in the history of television. So we are here now, to give a documentary out. To give. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? Many movies. Girls Trip Up. I know you produced a lot of Kevin Hart movies. That was a nice one. Okay. He was interviewed. I'm out here. He said Richard. Chris Rock was asked if he wanted to. Now, a lot of people are saying he's lying. A lot of people are saying he's lying. Chris Rock would never say that. But Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. I actually kind of believe him. Because if you watch a lot of Chris Rock and interview, you know the Chris. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Nice guy. And Now, I don't know if he did or did not say that.
I'm going to, okay?
I think he didn't.
どうなんでしょうか。
Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
Over 20 years.
Wow,
Over
dude.
20 years.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
He's made great movies.
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです。
He's done this
I'm
crap
going to,
for
okay?
so long, and this was the culmination
I
of
can,
it all
okay.
when he won the Academy, the highest award you can win for acting.
That was a
So
greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
his mistake,
So we are here
which he will get punished for, which I hope he gets.
to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar.
You know who's got the
hardest job tonight?
all the other
Bardem
and his wife are both nominated. Let him have, even though
Now, if
after
he
that
loses,
he will be punished.
he
but
can't
let him have his
win.
moment. And that's another touch of that.
He is praying
Again,
that Will
I don't know if
Smith
he did say it or
wins.
didn't
Like,
say it.
please,
I think Chris Rock was
Lord.
telling the truth.
Jada, I love you.
That,
G.I. Jane
Chris
2,
Rock said
can't
they
wait to
were
see
gonna
it.
take him
All
out.
right?
Which was amazing from his part. He brought up that even after he humiliated him. Even after
That was a
he
nice
humiliated him
one.
in
Okay.
front of the whole
I'm out
world.
here. Richard.
Another thing, people like going, wow,
どうなんでしょうか。
Wow.
protecting his wife who was hurt. What about
Will
Chris
Smith
Rock,
just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
brothers? What about them? What about them? Who's protecting him?
Wow, dude.
Everybody there
It was a
happy for
G.I.
Will,
Jane
crying for Will,
joke.
consoling him. What about Chris?
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです。
After that,
I'm going to,
Wanda
okay?
Sykes was the host, the actual host.
I
Chris
can-
Rock
oh,
came up to
okay.
her and apologized and said, "I'm so sorry.
That
your
was
moment
a
was ruined. Today was a
Greatest night in the history of
But you
television.
guys-
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
And that's the type of guy he is. While
So
Will
we are
Smith
here
was out there dancing to
to,
songs,
give a
crying,
documentary out,
getting
to
standing
give-
ovations.
Jada, I love
Chris
you.
Rock actually
G.I. Jane
apologized to
2,
the
can't
host,
wait to see
even
it.
though he
All
wasn't
right?
involved. He apologized. And apparently Will, after the morning after calls, these people up,
That was a nice
the
one. Okay.
executives of the
I'm
Oscars and
out here.
whatnot and apologized
Richard.
after he passed on that award, you know? So I have to just commend Chris Rock.
Wow.
He's a classic guy.
Will
an
Smith
amazing
just smacked
guy.
the shit out of me.
And Will Smith, man, I don't think he will have his Oscar taken away. I don't think that's the
Wow,
right thing to do
dude.
because it's unfair.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
If you look at the Oscars and how many people like Harvey Weinstein,
I'm going to,
all these
okay?
guys that have done terrible things, they
あら、どうなんでしょうか。
Wow.
I think
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
6 or 7 years, you're not allowed to come to the Oscar.
Wow, dude.
Nominated for the Oscars.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです。
I'm going to, okay?
6 or 7 years, and after that you
I can, okay.
and that's it. Because I know he's gonna make
That
money.
was a
like, Will Smith is a great
Greatest night in the history of
This
television.
will not
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
still gonna get hired.
So we are here
People that were hiring
to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar.
あら、どうなんでしょうか。
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
Chris Rock stand back and then come here with the protection effort.
Wow,
He
dude.
laughed at first.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
And if he wanted to protect
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです。
protected his wife, but he stepped him up,
I'm going to,
acting like a
okay?
man. When all the
I can-
interviews
oh,
and all
okay.
these things and you know when a wife said
That
it wasn't
was a
satisfying, I don't
Greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
become the man for his wife.
So we are here
Like we are not about to
give a documentary out, to give an Oscar.
But that's just my opinion on the whole matter. I hope it justice is served. I hope justice is served for Chris Rock, because what a stand-up guy. And it even hurts more when you know the guy, when you know Chris Rock and you know about his history, like that he was bullied and that he's got like a learning disorder. That disorder, like he can't read social clues as fast as, say, you and I. He can't read social clues. He's got that learning disorder, and because of the therapy, because of the bullying when he was younger, he said he'd been bullied physically and sexually. Like, his therapist said, I heard in an interview, he said, like, his therapist said, like, Chris is afraid of violence. Like, he would do anything to avoid violence because of the trauma of his past bullying, so it kind of makes sense, his reaction, and him, like, not trying to escalate things, try to keep the show going. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for listening. If you're still listening, if you have any comments, please leave them down by the comment section, and we'll address them in the next episode, I guess. This was a short one. It's my first one of many. I hope you're gonna get some co-hosts, you're gonna get some opinions from other people to talk with me about this. So, but this is just me and my opinions on the Chris Rock world thing. Thank you very much for listening, and please, guys, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It helps a lot with the video getting to as many people as possible. Thank you.
That was the greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。